Right, ladies and gents, welcome to the dreaded Friday the 13th. It started off pretty bad, to be honest. It was absolutely hauling it down this morning, but now I've got clear skies and it's quite warm. It's rather nice. Still got fleeces and jackets on mine, but yeah. So I'm just down on the games pictures at the moment, just having a quick gander over this mold plan we did Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We have had a lot of rain this morning. Let's lift it up a bit. It's dried out a little bit. But the tracks and the tram lines that I made with the tractor have pretty much been washed off. The headlands aren't looking too bad. Again, they've been washed off, so the mud's disappeared. It's not looking a bad job. You can actually hear the ground squelching and draining already. But yeah, it's not looking too bad now. Sorry, the light's a bit... The sun's quite low, so the light's quite bright. So, but I don't know if you'll actually hear. Yeah. No, you can't. You can hear me squelching there. So it looks like it's working alright. I don't actually know how well this field's drained, as in land drains in it. We have no records of them, but in that field there, in the old rugby field, in the middle of summer you can actually see some lines that run across that way. So I presume it's actually drained. So the horses will be out of these fields by tomorrow, I think it is. So I can finally get on doing a bit more work and get a bit more tractor action. Right, back in the workshop now. Managed to pick up the cutting edge this morning, so we're just marking it up at the moment. So I need to chop off a little bit off the end because she's like 7 foot long. Marked up where that edge needs to come up to, on there, and just need to make sure it's all clean edge down it. But to put you on the stand, you'll see how. To put you on the stand, we'll see how much will actually come off. Right, we'll see what's come off the other one. Right, so if you look down there, you can see how much has been worn off. Lost about an inch off the front, inch and quarter. And at the other end, quite a lot. You can even see where the edge of the outside of the bucket was. So that part there was over here. So she needed doing. So it is a 6-inch wide new cutting edge. 6'3" long, I think it is, to the outside edge. And I think it's 1.25 inches thick as well. So yeah, a bit of a difference between the two. So just need to get everything lined up now. Welder on, poles in, that should be fine. And get me earth redone again in that top corner. And then we'll start tacking it up as well. So first time I've done this, so it's got to be what it's going to be. Right, let's see how we get on. Right, all tacked up. I don't think that's too bad for a tree lad. So there's the odd bit I need to sort out. There is a bit of a lift there, but I'm not too fussed about it. And then it gets a bit messy up this end. This is where I double cut that edge, so I need to sort that out. And then weld in that corner as well, because there's a bit of a gap. So yeah, right. Next step, full seam. Here we go. Right, so we got that edge tacked on from the other side. I did actually video it, but I forgot to press play, so I didn't do it. But so basically, tack welded in just to the back. They're not the great welds, but just to hold this from splaying out anymore. What we do have though is a bit of a problem with the gap. You can see it down there. It's quite large, and I'm not going to fill that with a welding rod, especially when I don't have MIG. So we're going to cheat, and this is it. So these are some 4.5s welding rods. Basically, I've just knocked off all the flux off the outside. And what we'll do is end up laying that into there, fill that gap up a bit, and then weld right over the top of it. Originally all this was just stitched. If you take between there and there, just stitched there. Left a gap, stitched, welded, and then left a gap, stitched it, left a gap, welded it. And what happened was, as you use this edge when you're doing the muck and the rest of it, and you drag back, you're pushing muck into there, it's just pushed that steel away from the cutting edge. So to prevent that, and to try and give it a few more years, you need to fill that in. Otherwise you're just exaggerating the problem. So unfortunately that's going to be the way. Not what you want, but get with them all. Right, Saturday 14th of November. Day 2, probably, of welding. I've given up on this back edge. It's not the prettiest. It's not the nicest welding, but it'll do the job. There were some massive gaps down back of here. And to be fair, I slipped up because I didn't clean this back plate better while the cutting edge was off. And there was loads of crap on the back of it, so it's not welded very nice. But it ain't coming off, that's the main thing. We also need to get this back on the tractor because we need it back. So I've just got to go down, flip it back over, weld these edges and another bead down the front, make 3 beads down the front. And that'll do it. So here it goes. Right, second job done. Dropped the antifreeze out. I did slip up, I put some blue into it by accident the other day when that expansion chamber was empty. All I had was blue, but it wants a OAT antifreeze in it. It's an organic acid technology. You tell me the difference, I have no idea. But yeah, just taken bottom radiator hose out, dropped all the coolant out, got a switch back on, tightened up, and just waiting for the heating elements or heating to turn on. As I've got a little bit left to put into it, and then we should be good, hopefully.